Good afternoon, everybody joining us on YouTube. We are just minutes away from getting started, so please be patient and we will be right with you. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you all to the 2022 summer uh, Fulton County Accountability Court commencement ceremony. I'm John Collins, the program director. We are so happy to be able to celebrate our graduates today. We have a large graduation class. We have 7 graduates from our Behavioral Health Treatment Court program and 7 graduates from our Drug Court program. I want to welcome and thank our partners and supporters who are joining us today on Zoom, in person, and on YouTube. First of all, we want to, of course, welcome our participants and their families. We want to welcome our wonderful judges, Judge Richardson with Behavioral Health Treatment Court, who's here in person, Judge Glanville with Veterans Court, who is here in spirit, and then we have Judge McBurney in person with us in our courtroom from Drug Court, and Judge Krause with Drug Court, who is joining us on Zoom. And of course, we also want to thank their wonderful chamber staff. We want to thank our partners at the Public Defender's Office and the District Attorney's Office, our friends at Community Supervision, our colleagues at Superior Court Administration and at the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, and of course, our friends at the Hope and Healing Foundation who are sponsoring our generous gift bags today. We want to thank Fulton County government and our supporters at the Board of Commissioners. Our Vice Chair and Commissioner for Natalie Hall was unable to join us because of her prior commitment, but she has graciously written congratulations letters to each of our graduates, which will be in your graduation packets today. Finally, I want to welcome and thank our Accountability Court team who work tirelessly every day with our participants. So without further ado, we will start our program today. And our first order of business is our invocation with graduate Barry Sims. Mr. Sims. If I could get you all to hold up for just a moment, it appears that our podium is muted. Mr. Warren, I don't know if you can correct that for us. Okay, everybody, thank you for your patience with technical difficulties, but we are back live. Mr. Sims, hope we didn't make you too nervous, but please go ahead when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Good afternoon. To my cohorts, the Magnificent Seven, and to the other Magnificent Seven. Seven is God's complete and full number. That is interesting. But good afternoon again, and let us go for invocation. In the name of the divine, compassionate, merciful, creative creator and ruler of the universe, we invite and invoke your presence in this honorable assembly this day of your people. Come by here, Lord. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on us. Have your way. Make us, mold us. You are the potter. We are the clay. Shape the way only you can. We request that you show up and show out. Men, hearts, minds, restore us to ourselves and provide us with ways to obtain and maintain. Turn our weakness into strength, transform our suffering into compassion, turn our sorrows into lasting joy, transform our pain into comfort, give us steadfast ability so we can provide for others. Allow us to trust in your goodness and find hope in faithfulness during these struggles. Use us as instruments of your peace. Where there is doubt, let us find faith. Where there is despair, let us find hope. Where there is darkness, guide us to the light. Where there is sadness, transform it into joy. We offer ourselves to you. Build us and help us so we can be better to do your will in our lives. Take from us our difficulties so the victories may be achieved. Look upon us with your eyes of mercy and grace. May your healing hand rest upon our bodies. May your power flow through us. It is done. It is so. It is well with our soul. Peace to all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sims. And next we will invite Ms. Tarika Day up for our reflection.
Hello. Yes, sir. Right here. I can read it off my phone, right? Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. For my reflection, I wrote it just in case I forgot anything. Hello, my name is Tarika Day, and I have been a participant in the drug court program since December of 2020. When I came into this program, I came in broken. I had just lost my father a month earlier. This program actually saved me. In the beginning, I wasn't willing to be transparent or communicate for that matter, but I wanted to be better for myself, so I learned to cooperate for the sake of myself and my family. I could have grieved and been rebellious by continuing to use mind-altering substances, but I chose to learn to heal naturally, which is the best decision I could have made for my life. In surrendering to what I knew would be best for me, I learned to be transparent and communicate so I could accept the help that was being offered to me, which in turn taught me how to live in my present moments and not my past, how to set healthy boundaries that will protect me and those that mean the most to me, how to accept the support of others when it was needed for better relationships in my life to flourish and create a solid foundation for my life moving forward. So all in all, I would like to thank drug court, not only my judge, clinicians, case managers, peer support, family, friends, and the directors, but also my peers because we grew together and offered support to one another along the way. Congratulations to my fellow graduates, and much success to our future. This is a victory in our lives that is well deserved.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss Day. And now we're going to move on to the best part of our program, which is our recognition of each graduate. So we're going to invite Judge Richardson from our Behavioral Health Treatment Court, along with the staff, to take center stage. And we're also going to invite our first graduate for today, Miss Butler, to also stand up.
Congratulations. All right. There you go. Ooh, sorry. Congratulations. All right, Miss Butler. Graduations, I quite often say, oh, it's been a journey. It's really been more of a voyage. It's been long. Your contract started with BHTC on June 23rd, 2017. So we've been here. We've done this. I've only been on the tail end of this journey with you, but you have gone through a lot. It has been filled with struggles, some personal setbacks. I know we've had some jail sanctions and some tough times here following the rules. But somewhere around the end of 2020, I feel like it seemed to suddenly start changing course for you. And then suddenly it was just this kind of new commitment that you have decided and found within yourself that strength to move forward, to lead this new life that you want for yourself and that you are capable of having. So you've never given up. My notes here. Sorry, you've never given up throughout the 5 years. You have done this. You have learned how to make better life choices, how to move forward, even when life throws a huge curveball in your direction, and how to grow from these tough situations. And you have just really done that. And I hope you are proud of yourself for what you have done throughout this. So. The case in point of how she is committed to this. Even you had surgery on your leg. When was it? A month ago?
Last year.
Last year?
Mhm.
Okay. But did not take pain medication, did not do any of that. You are focused on committing to the lifestyle now of the HCC. And so we are so super proud of you for that. So, all right. Is there anybody here you want to give a shout out to? Anything? No? Okay. All right. Well, is there anything that the staff wants to say?
I just want to say congratulations. You were here before I was here. And we had a bumpy road and they said, oh, we're gonna let Miss Butler come back. What do you think? I was like, no, but then I was like, you know what? She deserves another chance. And I appreciate that you took advantage of it and you didn't let those obstacles stop you. I want to encourage you to keep pouring into your sons. I know that that's what you live and breathe for. And it's been a challenge, but you're doing it every day. And I want you to keep that up.
Thank you.
Okay. I've been with Miss Butler since the beginning, and like everyone has pointed out, it was a rough road, but I have a deep respect for you now because you did follow through and you kept coming back. You kept showing that you could make it, and you took our advice, and now you're graduating. So congratulations again, Ms. Butler.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to say?
Just thank you. Like you said, it was a bumpy road. I almost lost my life during this program. So at the end of the day, I'm just glad I made it through.
Well, it's going to be a better life ahead of you. And we are so excited to see where this leads and where you're going to go from here. Remember to take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, apply everything that you have learned in this program, and keep in touch. Okay. Here is your certificate. Congratulations.
And here's a little gift bag.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yay.
Our next graduate is Langston Deary.
Congratulations. All right, here you go. All right, Mr. Deary, you started with us right before the pandemic, like right before. And yet, despite kind of coming in during a rough time where none of us were quite knowing how we were going to handle all the changes, you maintained this fantastic attitude throughout it, engaged, cooperative, participated in the group sessions, and you really kind of took this opportunity. You came in as a first offender plea to do this program, and you have really, I think, utilized this program for what it is. It's a second chance to start over and to not have this criminal record or this crime on your record. So we are super proud of you for all that you have done, your commitment, how you have stuck through this throughout the program, and just really been a huge part of it. So we're incredibly, incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody here you want to give a shout out to?
No.
No? All right. And so is there anything the staff wants to say?
Yes, I would like to say to Mr. Deary that I know that it was a challenge for you, first even accepting that there was a mental health issue. And that was a struggle for all of us for a while. And then somewhere along the line, it clicked for you and you took off and you stayed the course. I remember in MRT, it was like, I just want to go back and stay in my little house in the woods. I don't want to live here and everything, And I'm so glad that you grew from that. Now you have your own place. You've been employed all this time, and I'm very proud of the accomplishments that you've made in this program. I do encourage you to continue with maintaining your mental health, because with that, you're going to achieve all those goals that you have here, as well as what we've discussed. And I know that you can do that as long as you take care of you first.
Okay.
Okay, congratulations, first of all, Mr. Deary. I came in when you were about 3/4 way through the program, but only thing I can say about you is that you are consistent. You were consistent with attending your groups, keeping us informed, and staying clean. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and here's your certificate. Congratulations on graduating. Yeah.
Our next graduate is Mr. Douglas.
All right, Mr. Douglas, congratulations. All right, Mr. Douglas, you have gone through this journey. You've kind of plowed through it. There's always some speed bumps along the way, but you have managed to take what you have learned in this program and get through those. So I'm just incredibly proud of you for that dedication that you have shown. Even when it's been tough, even when there have been little obstacles, you have really stuck through it and taken what you have been taught by a team and really tried to embrace it. So we're just incredibly, incredibly proud of you for that, and can't wait to see what this next stage is going to hold for you and what you are going to be able to do with everything you have learned from this. So is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Mr. Strunk, thank you. And everyone else, the staff, I really appreciate all the help and the resources.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Mr. Douglas, we've had some long talks over the last 18 months. And for the longest, I was like, I don't know, Mr. Douglas seems so stuck. And then a few months ago, I heard him laugh for the first time. And I was like, he chuckled. And I was like, you just laughed. I've never heard you laugh before. And from there, I just saw him grow so much. And I know that it's been hard for you to forgive yourself for even being here. And I encourage you to find that forgiveness and give yourself grace, because once you do that, you're all going to go far. And hopefully we'll be alumni together at Georgia State really soon. So keep me informed of how it goes.
Okay, Mr. Douglas, I'll run the quiet one because sometimes in groups it was kind of hard for me to get information out of Mr. Douglas, but eventually he started to get loosened up a little bit and you just came around. So I'm proud of you for doing that. I wish you luck in the future. And I wasn't aware of the college. Okay, congratulations.
2 more years left.
Oh my, 2 more years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to present you with this gift from VHTC.
And accountability.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. Very much.
Our next graduate is Mr. Hill.
All right, Mr. Hill. I want to start out by giving you a shout out. You have never had a positive UA in this program ever. So you also completed each phase without delay, evident that it's been less than 2 years since you started the program that you are here. So you just stuck to this and you really took it seriously. And so we are proud of you for that, and that deserves to be recognized, that you recognized that, there are rules and regulations of the program that you needed to follow through to be a success, and you did that. So I hope you are proud of yourself for that. You stayed compliant with your medication, you follow the rules, you participate in the group, you just really, again, you embraced what this program was here to offer you. You ended up here as part of a probation revocation and a new case, but you have turned your life around and recognized how important it is, how taking our medication and taking care of our mental health can really just make everything else fall into place. And I feel like you have made that leap, and I know that this is going to be the beginning of a fantastic new stage for you. So we're so excited.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there anybody here you want to give a shout out to?
No, ma'am.
No?
Well, Mr. Hill, I have enjoyed having you in the program. I could always count on you to remind us to meditate and to pray. And I think, everybody needs to be reminded of that. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate how you took the program by storm. You came in and you did what was required of you. And even but beyond that, and encouraging your peers, other group mates. And I do hope that this whole gaming thing plays out for you. And maybe one day I'll be buying a game for my son that you created. So I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, I also want to, I'm going to miss you, Mr. Hill. In our Zoom meetings, you have the best backgrounds with all the video games and everything going on. And I wish you luck with your, future endeavors of computers, because you have a natural attitude for that. And just the best of luck to it. Thank you, sir.
Is there anything you want to say?
No, ma'am.
No? All right. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. And next up, we have Mr. Kendricks.
This is lovely.
I love it. Oh, my. Oh, wow. Oh, Mr. Kendrick, I may hire you for my child's next school event. This is amazing. Wow. All right. Give me a hug. Congratulations. All right, Mr. Kendricks, we almost had a little setback 2 weeks ago. We missed court, but it was clear that was just a little true, honest little mistake, because you have been very consistent throughout this program. You've been active. Really looking back, there have been very few missed UAs and missed groups in the recent history, and so again, applaud I want to applaud you for the commitment that you have shown to this program. You know, I know it's a lot of hard work, but you have persevered through that with a good attitude and with a commitment to know that there are better days ahead of you, and recognizing that you can take control and that you can direct where your life is going to go from here. So I'm incredibly proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself for that. Is there anybody here you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank all of the staff for just putting up with all my madness. It was a tough one, but
You made it. You made it. You did. You did.
So yeah, it was tough in the beginning. You came, you did pretty well, and then you like disappeared on us. But the thing is that you came back and you did the work that was required and that would help you move forward with your life. And you've already achieved so much, as you can see from this beautiful vision book. And I do believe that you're going to achieve everything that's here in the middle, because you're focused now and you know the things that you have to do in order to make those things happen for you. So know that we're always here for you, as well as the other participants. Whenever you need us, like you came back, you come back. Not in the program, you come back.
Okay, I've been with Mr. Kendricks since the beginning, and when he first came into the program, he was deciding if this was the right thing for him or not. So I know he has some serious doubts. He had his ups and downs, but like was mentioned earlier, we had to go out and search for Mr. Kendricks to bring him back. But once he got back, he is one individual who kept a job. I mean, he always had a job, no matter what. He wanted to better himself. He wanted to get his own place, which he did. And I think at one point you got promoted to management position.
correct.
Yes, congratulations on that. And I just want to wish you the luck in the future.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anything you want to say?
I'm just thankful for another chance to get it right. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay. All right, congratulations.
Our next honoree is Mr. Sims.
Yes. All right, here you go, Mr. Sims. All right, Mr. Sims, you have persevered through this program through numerous health challenges. And I know that has been incredibly difficult for you. It's really hard when you're having health issues to then commit to a program where you can't even take pain medication. And we recognize that that has been a sacrifice on your part, and you've made it through and you have done it. And I know it has been challenging, and I know it has been tough to not only accept the requirements and the rules of BHTC, but to also try to take a step back and be open to, you know, perhaps a different thought process and a different way to approach things. But you have done it. You have persevered through it. I know there were times when it would have been easier to quit for you, but you didn't, and you stuck it through. And that is really, that's a testament to you. It's a testament to your character, as we saw from your beautiful invocation, but your openness to seeing where this can lead if you complete the program. So we are thrilled and excited to see where it is going to go.
Mr. Sims, as Judge Richardson just said, you faced numerous health challenges, but you never made an excuse for that. You stayed in communication with us. If you were sick and you couldn't come in, you would still come onto the Zooms and participate. You've been a source of strength to your fellow peers as well, encouraging them, you know, giving advice and things of that nature. I will say, stay off the bike. Okay, no bikes. He has been in so many accidents on this bike, and he wants to stay healthy because his health is important to him. But I really appreciated having you in the program and knowing that you come from this field and you have a doctorate, you know, and humbling yourself and being open to receive what we were given to you and taking that in. And that's what I like most about you in this program. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck as you move forward with your 501c. Good luck.
Well, Mr. Sims, I'm gonna miss our Zoom sessions because I learned a lot from you coming from the islands. You told me some things that I was not aware of. I really appreciate those conversations and what you gave to the group and your peers. It was some very good knowledge. Wish you luck in the future. I'm pretty sure that you're going to do more great things. You have a history of doing a lot of great things, so I want you to continue. And best of luck to you.
Is there anything you want to say?
I would like to thank my cohorts. And I'd like to thank the staff. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Somerville and Ms. Obami. They were kind of engines behind me to continue to push on. There's a lot of work in Fulton County in the area of mass incarceration that I would like to address. And I'm going at it.
I love that.
All right.
All right. Gonna pay it forward. All right. I love it. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, we want to invite Mr. Smith up next.
Miss Smith. Yay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to steal a line from the staff. The last time we had court, we were there and we were discussing you. They said if we had a poster child for a BHTC client, it would be you. You have never tested positive. Star status, the entire program, completed each phase on time and while being engaged in the program. Like you weren't just checking off the box, you were making something out of this. And so that truly is an extraordinary accomplishment. Because I know it's not easy, right? I mean, but yet you made it look easy. But that took a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment and a lot of dedication from you. And you deserve all the credit in the world for what you have put into this program and hopefully what you are going to now be able to take out of the program and apply to your life from here in the future. So yeah, you are track one. This case is going to be off your record now and nothing but smooth sailing ahead. So we're incredibly proud of you and incredibly excited to see where you go next in this incredible new phase. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anybody here you want to give a shout out to?
No, my family didn't come today, but I would like to say thank you so much to everybody in the BHTC staff. Thank you.
So Miss Smith is kind of like Mr. Sims. She came in with a career, a profession, social work. So she came in with a wealth of knowledge of what we were going to be discussing, and she never felt like she was above learning what it was that we were presenting. And I really appreciated that about her. I know that being in the program, even though she had, did everything she was supposed to do, it wasn't the easiest thing for her mentally to be here. But she still put in the work. And every month she'll come, Miss Lee, I have to schedule my appointment. If I wasn't there on time, she'd be like, Miss Lee, I'm here. And I love that because she wanted what it was that we were trying to give her, and she took it in and she took it to heart. And I know that she's gonna go back out there, take the social work field by storm.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations, Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
I'm glad that they used my thing about you being the poster child because to me you were. You were, I'll say it again, you were perfect in the program. I think you're about the only participant that we had who could take notes and read them back. Mm-hmm. And that was outstanding. I really enjoyed that. I wish you luck in the future. You were outstanding in the program, and I know you're going to do great things. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And thank you for being a great case manager.
Oh, okay.
foreign languages. I mean, she's phenomenal.
Oh, I'm very impressed. Congratulations, Mr. Oops. Mrs. Pierce. Congratulations. All right. Yay for all the people.
Well, everybody, we have a unique problem this graduation in that we have so many graduates that there are too many for our jury box / graduate stage. So we are just going to take a moment to transition and have our drug court graduates move up to that area, and then we can get started. We have next up Judge Krause's graduates, and Judge Krause is joining us online, and hopefully Judge Krause, you can hear us and we can hear you.
I can, thank you. Is my volume okay? I've been told I'm loud, so.
It sounds wonderful.
So while the graduates are switching, I'll just take a quick moment to apologize for not being there with you. I really wanted to so much, but we had some prearranged family plans that I couldn't move, but I did want to be able to stop today. And thanks to the magic of Zoom, I am able to be here with you. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate your accepting that I couldn't be there today. So Mr. Collins, just let me know when we're ready.
Wonderful. I think we're almost there. Wonderful. So we are going to invite Ms. Day back up.
Hi, Ms. Day, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm going to start by telling you, you look lovely. That's a great color of blue.
Thank you.
I was so pleased to see that you were the person who did the reflection to begin today, because you are someone who has always struck me as being very reflective and trying to be very purposeful about the choices that you make. And I know that when you came to drug court, you were very overwhelmed by the fact that you had lost that purposefulness. You had sort of lost that ability to exercise that control over your universe and your life, and to make purposeful choices that you wanted to make. And the person that I see now before us today and sharing her thoughts in that reflection is someone who is just so much a happier, stronger, and more intentional person than you were when you began. And so I'm just really, really proud and happy to have played a tiny role in that, along with the giant team that is here, and of course, along with all of your exceptional hard work. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Miss Day, I did want to give you a moment. I know you had a reflection, but I definitely, let's go ahead and give her her medal. But I did want to give you a moment if you wanted to share anything or give, let us know if there's anybody there with you, or share anything about you other than what you've already told us in your reflection.
No, I'm just appreciative for my family, my mom, my sister, and my wife, and my god brother in the back, and the staff. Through all the phases, they always been very supportive. They taught me how to be transparent and to communicate in a way that I could be understood. So I really appreciate that.
That is wonderful. It's so wonderful to hear you say that, Ms. Day. And I'm just, like I said, so incredibly happy for you. And I know that things are going to be wonderful, especially with that great family support that you have. I know that things are going to be so great for you going forward. Thank you so much for all your hard work, and congratulations. Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. And next we have Mr. Dixon.
Oh, Mr. Dixon. It took us, so I heard, I think Judge Richardson said a moment ago that for some people, drug court is a longer journey than others. And you took the very circuitous, scenic route to get here, right? But you got here, and that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So the thing I really always connect with you, Mr. Dixon, is that you were always you always had the right idea. You always had the right motivation, the right spirit in mind, but you sometimes would just get a little off path, right? A little off track. And you would just need that tiny opportunity to course correct and to sort of get right back on that path again. It seemed like you got so close right when I first became the drug court judge for your team. It seemed like you were so close, and then you had a little bit of a setback. And then at somewhere around 6 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, you just said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm just going to be done. I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to move on through it. And that's what you did. And I'm just so impressed by someone who can just make that decision and make those hard choices and really power through it. And that's really what you did, Mr. Dixon. And that is very much to be applauded, and for something for which you should be very, very proud. So congratulations. So there is your medal, and I think somebody's going to hand you your certificate in a moment. I did want to see if there was an opportunity. Do you want to speak out to anyone or say anything?
Just thanks the team, Hope, you, of course, and that's about it.
Well, that's kind of you to say, but as I said a moment ago, I know I'm about this much and the rest of this team is about this much. So, and of course you are this much, because you are the one who has to decide you're going to do this and then ask for the help that you need. And so thank you so much for your hard work and for really committing to yourself to have this success. Is there anybody, I neglected to ask if there was anyone from drug court that might want to say anything?
I'll say something. So, Mr. Dixon, we started together, we're in it together, and I'm just so proud to see how you stood up for yourself and was just resilient through the process. You got knocked down, you're a little defeated at moments, but you never gave up, on yourself. So I definitely am proud of you. I wish you well.
And Mr. Dixon, we've had the pleasure of working alongside each other for a while. And one of the benefits that we have gotten from getting to know you and you being in our program is we brought a new baby into the world through drug court. So we have a new addition to the drug court family. And so please stay connected, continue to maintain healthy boundaries. And I think you know what that means. But continue to be the stand-up man that you have always been. And it's definitely been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Please stay connected.
Okay, and next we have somebody who has certainly been an inspiration to his peers throughout his time with us, Mr. Kevin Hagebrook. Come on up, Kevin.
Hi, Mr. Hagebrook. How are you?
I'm doing good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. So for those of you, I think it says something that it starts off with Mr. Collins saying that Mr. Hagebrook is someone who has been such a benefit to his peers, because not only during the process of completing drug court for himself has he done that, but during that process, he has also been a community leader and helped. I think he started teaching people how to code at one point, right? I mean, he just has really, really reached out. There's that old saying that when you start to climb up the ladder, you're supposed to make sure and reach behind you and help others. And Mr. Hagebrook has really taken that to heart. He has really worked hard for himself, but also worked hard for the group and the community that he was surrounded by. And that is very much to be applauded. I will say, I heard a moment ago, Judge Richardson say something about a poster child. And the thing about Mr. Hagebrook is that he was scheduled to graduate just a bit ago. And I'm convinced that I cursed him because I made the comment that he was the poster child for drug court, because he too is someone who had really been had a responsible job that he'd managed to stay on top of. He did everything he was requested to do in drug court and then some, as I was saying about his community involvement. But for a tiny, tiny setback, he would have been graduating in record time, and even now is still graduating in what is really a very impressive amount of time. So I will say this, I think of Mr. Hagebrook like a duck, right? Always very calm and serene. And then those feet are just working under the surface. I always saw him look calm and cool and collected. I never saw him look ruffled, but he was always managing to get it done. And again, Mr. Hagebrook, I really hope that you are so excited to graduate. And I'm so hopeful that you will have great success going forward, but also that you will continue to be that shining light and that example and that help for other people who have gone through your situation. So congratulations, Mr. Hagebrook. And then after you get your medal and your certificate, I just wanted to know if there was anything you would like to say.
The biggest thing I can actually say is thank you for everybody, past and present employees for drug court, because I've seen a lot come and go. And that's something that I've also taken note of. The one thing that I can actually put out there that somebody told me about, maybe about halfway through this, is going to be that, what are you going to do when you finish? And that's what my pops told me. And that's what I'm looking at. And that's what I know my family is looking at. And I need to look at that in the mirror. So that's what I'm taking from this.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Hagebrook. Does any of our drug court team want to say anything?
Well, I think Judge Crump said it all, but you definitely have, consistent, you've been a joy to work with. I mean, there's a lot, that we see on the front end, but there's a lot behind the scenes that people are so not aware of. I think you get more hours of the day than the rest of us, so I need to find out how you work that out. But, I'm just so proud of the work that you do, with drug court and for yourself and the community as well. So I do hope that you stay connected, and I look forward to seeing you, what the future brings for you.
Oh, you already locked me up on that.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't gonna say that. So congratulations to you. I'm glad to be here on this day.
Next up is Mr. Spoon.
Hey, Mr. Spoon, how are you?
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
So, Mr. Spoon, you looking forward to that new house? How's it going?
Yes, I just been taking it easy, Joe. Crowd,
Just taking it easy. That's all you can do.
They're making it work.
Good. Well, so Mr. Spoon, taking it easy and making it work, that sums you up, I think, in two little short phrases, because you are someone that every time you appeared in court, you were always sort of laid back and just go with the flow. The team told me that you were very quick to share, that you were always comfortable and participating in group, always with a very positive attitude. Everybody, we have our little setbacks as we go, but for the most part, you were always someone who had forward momentum, who wanted the help, who took the help that was given to you and really made great changes. And so I'm just so excited, especially for you with this new house, this new place that you're going to have. I just really think that's such a wonderful opportunity. And I can't wait for you to tell the drug court team and to come back and visit us and tell us all about it. I hope it's going to be great for you.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Mr. Spoon, for all of your success. And I do want to take a moment to see if there's anything else you would like to share.
Yes, I'd like to thank my higher power. I want to thank Accountability Court as well for accepting me and giving me another chance at life. I'd like to thank my support team, Tia and Theodore, for staying down with me and keeping my head above water. And I just love you guys.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Most definitely see me.
Good. Our doors are always open. And last but not least, does drug court want to share anything?
Yeah, Mr. Spoon. Mr. Staying out the way, I'm staying out the way, but that's how you came in, but I think when you realized staying out the way wasn't working for you, when we saw you shine the brightest. You've been, pleasant and open and forthcoming, since you decided to fully give of yourself and explore new things, and so I know the sky's the limit for you. So best wishes to you, and I know you're coming back to visit, so we don't have to talk about that.
Congratulations, Mr. Spear.
Okay, and finally with Judge Krause, we have Mr. Tarver.
Hey there, Mr. Tarver. How you doing?
All right, and yourself?
I'm doing good, thank you. So, Mr. Tarver, how have you been doing? Tell me about your most recent. I'm asking this question because Mr. Tarver is a man of few words, and I want to see if I can get about 9 words out of it. So, Mr. Tarver, tell me a little bit about what your current business. How's your business doing?
My business is doing great. I also took up a second job, just due to it was slowing down for a second, but then it started picking back up. But it's doing great.
I'm really glad to hear that, Mr. Tarver. So, all of you, that might be the most words I've ever heard at one time from Mr. Tarver. He is, again, a man of few words, but this is someone who, he sits here, he's made his board. You've just heard him say he's got his own business that's quite successful. When it slowed down, he went out and got another job, all while having, is it 5 kids, Mr. Tarver?
No, ma'am, 4.
Okay. But they're little, and we all know how hard it is to keep track of little guys. Big job. So the thing about Mr. Tarver is he actually came to us from a different area. He transferred into drug court. And I mean, the minute he got here, he just was like, I'm all business. I'm going to get it done. And that's what he did. And I think that's probably why he's been so successful in his business life as well. He's just a person who makes a decision and goes with it. And I know that the team said, even though he didn't have a whole lot to say to me most of the time, he definitely was using the resources and the team that he had through drug court and working through the things that he needed to work through to make sure that he could be healthy and happy for himself and also for his family and also for his business. And so, Mr. Tarver, thank you so much. And I hope one day you just come to court and visit and talk my ear off, okay? Congratulations.
So I just want to go on the record saying I happen to know personally that this man does speak more than a few words. You just kind of, it's a little intimidating being in the courtroom, and I can kind of understand that. But Mr. Tarver is a young man, but he has the spirit of an older gentleman, and just to watch him thrive and grow and come in with a level of maturity was very refreshing. I'm proud. I know there were some moments when you were like, "Jen, it's not working for me. Like, I don't know what's going on," but you staying here. And I had to push your lips, come on. And now you're here. So congratulations, you did this.
Well, thank you so much, Judge Krause. Our final 2 graduates had the pleasure of working with Judge McBurney. So we will ask him to join us front and center. And if Mr. Emerson could join Judge McBurney, congratulations.
Well, yes. Good to see it. I'm gonna let you put your own. You're wearing the really high boots. I'll let you put those on. Oh, she can. Oh, there we go. At last graduation, I had to do the basketball player on the team too. So Mr. Emerson presented a bit of a conundrum to me. I've been doing this drug court thing for a few years now, and the first time a client appears in court, I ask some basic biographical info, and I kind of size people up, figure out how's this going to go, why are you here, what is your true need, and Mr. Emerson explained that he's a successful professional, married, nice house, nice neighborhood, promising career. Sort of scratched my head and figure out, well, why is this guy here? How's this going to work out? because I didn't feel that need. Some folks you meet right away and you know why they're here. They are broken and they say, this is my last gasp. But the teachable moment for me was learning from Mr. Emerson as he began to talk a little bit more, I'm sure a lot more in group settings, but in court, that addiction is addiction is addiction, and it's everywhere, and it strikes high and it strikes low, and it strikes in nice neighborhoods and not nice neighborhoods. And Mr. Emerson has witnessed the death of close friends who overdosed and has experienced the kinds of things that I wrongly and narrowly attribute to, oh, we've been in these circumstances, and if you weren't, you haven't really encountered the kinds of things that are going to make change necessary. But it's important that we all recognize that we have high risk, high need folks all over the place. We tend not to serve some because they're able to get treatment in different places. But Mr. Emerson came in. He's part of that rocket docket like Mr. Hill and Ms. Smith. All stars, no setbacks, all earned. Nothing comes easy in drug court. But he's someone who decided to bend back into the program and was one of our first ambassadors, and helped us understand that there's work that needs to be done. It's not easy to be an ambassador. You show up and say, how can I help? And some folks say, who are you and why do I want your help? But he persisted and helped us shape the ambassador program. We're not taking it personally that when I asked him, what are you going to do next? He said, I'm getting out of Georgia. I don't think it has anything to do with us, but it's more opportunity with his wife and his line of work to build homes and do things in Florida. But it has been a pleasure working with you. I appreciate the investment you've made, not just in yourself and your family, but in this program as well. Would have been really easy for you to just check the boxes on your way through, and you didn't, but you gave back as well. And you helped me understand some things too. So I appreciate everything you've done, and I wish you the best. What do you want to share with us?
I want to thank my wife for sure for sticking with me through everything. And of course, the drug court staff for doing what they do.
And that's what they do, and they were happy to do it for you. And it is Florida. I didn't get that wrong. You guys are.
That's Florida.
And it wasn't. I didn't hope I didn't surprise your wife with that announcement.
I get orders.
Okay, good. I think you had told us that she had green lighted that one. Well, excellent. Anything from the staff about Mr. Emerson?
You know, you came in, to the program with a level of readiness that I think is really, contributed and attributed to your success in the program. And, you had a wealth of knowledge, but you also shared that knowledge, not only with your peers, but, the new people coming into the program. And you also pushed me a little bit, to learn some things as well. So I just want to say I'm thankful for you for that. And I'm also proud, and I wish you well. And send us a postcard or two, would you? But congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And finally, today we'd like to welcome up Mr. Underwood.
Right, Mr. Underwood. Congrats. Wow. Good, your pants are mostly up today. So in a world of contrast, we have Mr. Emerson and Mr. Underwood. Mr. Underwood, as I first got to meet him, immediately fell into that category I worry about of being very, very young and not having a lot of investment. This is like school. I know I figured this out. I'll come to a few classes and the teacher won't notice when I'm not there. The boy, Mr. Underwood, early on was clearly looking for his anchor. He ping-ponged between jobs and young ladies. There was drama on the outside. His house got shot up, and so there was turbulence away from drug court. And then, when it works well, things start to happen, and Mr. Underwood applied himself. You begin to see that anchor and that solidness and that stability. Still at the Weston. He's had the same job for a bunch of months now. The home situation is a little safer and more stable. I don't know about the girl situation. The hair color stopped changing as many times, and we began to see Mr. Underwood committed to moving forward and seeing, you know what, it makes a difference if I invest and if I don't. And being merely present means I can sort of squeeze by, but then there's a setback, as opposed to actually plugging in and engaging. You have so much ahead of you, given your age, and so many opportunities. I'm real proud of how you've stepped into this, wrapped your arms around it, and said you can do it. And you did do it. And it was a little less linear than some of the folks we've talked about. But in the end, you did it in the face of all the challenges you had. And I know some of those job changes had nothing to do with you. They had to do with problematic employers and the economy and all that. But you bounce back each time. And it's that resilience that I think is going to set you very much well positioned to tackle whatever's next. So we wish you the best. And it's been a pleasure working with you. Who's here for you and anything you want to say?
My mom, I believe she had went to the bathroom or stepped out.
Oh, I wanted to meet her because she was, at one point, she's like, hey, bring me Judge McBurney. I'm unhappy with how this program is going. So I want to let her know. I'm right here. But she stepped out. Okay. Well, anything you want to share?
It is. I want to thank Drug Court being there with me throughout the whole way. And also my peers, without them, I probably wouldn't be right here. They stayed on me, calling me every day, make sure that I was on the right track. So thank you for that. But see right there.
There's Mom. Hey, Mom, I'm Judge McBurney. Nice to finally meet you.
And of course, I want to thank my mom. I'm really happy that she, is here today to support me for a good reason and not a bad reason. Because every time she was in the courtroom, I caught a charge. So
this is happy court.
That's it, though.
Great. Well, hopefully next time in court will be happy court, and I hope that you stay plugged in as best you can with drug court, because the kinds of things you got out of it, I bet you could help people with as well. That just mentioned that your peers are there for you. If you're able to be there for folks who are wrestling with some of what you were wrestling with, that would be great. All right. Staff?
Quinn, I would like to say something because as Judge McBurney noted, we don't often get young people that come into the program and make it, because it's just difficult to focus and express and exude the maturity that is needed in order to make change. But you have absolutely done that, and you came in and you made it do what it do. And so I just really want to say congratulations to you explicitly and really ask that you stay connected to us, because your voice is so powerful for those other young people that are going to come in behind you, to show them that you can still do it and you can still stay true to who you are and be your own self and have that, change and still be successful. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And I would like to say, I remember day one of coming into the program, just kind of sitting over by the wall and two little eyes just looking out, and we didn't say nothing to you, you don't say nothing to us. And you truly are a man of a few words. Like it was, I had to kind of pull you into it, but you're young, and so, pace you and that kind of thing, but you allowed yourself to grow, and you took baby steps towards, opening up and getting comfortable with the process and the people around you. And now you got a whole new squad, representing with you and for you, right? And just your standing here, speaking without being prompted like that is a testament, to your growth as well. And you were never above asking questions. People your age think they know everything, but you knew a lot of stuff, but you weren't opposed to, being guided and getting some feedback and making what we call, in my line of work, an informed decision. And you did just that. So I'm just so proud, of the work that you've done for yourself. And so the sky's the limit for you as well. So I wish you well. And I hope you stay connected too.
I just want to celebrate the sheer number of graduates we have. We had some mean times during the pandemic where we'd get Mrs. Collier here from the DA's office, and Commissioner Hall would come in, and we'd have 2 graduates. And the ceremony would be like 20 minutes and we'd be done. And that's okay, but it is great that so many more people are succeeding, and that we're getting so many more people in the program. So here's to even bigger graduations and a return to Assembly Hall. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Judge McBurney. Next, we have a very special part of the program and a special recognition. I'm going to ask Sylvia Franklin to come on up and take and set that out for us.
Okay. Yes, if I could call Mr. Kevin Hagebrook and Mr. Frank D. Emerson. Now go ahead.
I never knew about the Duke part. Where did that come from? It's always been Duke.
Yes.
The judge doesn't know.
So I have the honor of presenting a special award for two gentlemen who have gone over and above their accountability core responsibility as serving as peer ambassadors. The Peer Ambassador Program was designed to improve our participant retention rate by pairing participants in the later phases of the program with participants in the earlier phases of the program to form connections as an introductory source of support as they start their Hope Hall journey. In the recovery community, service to others is a huge component of the process, and they did just that by reaching out and extending a hand to those who follow. This extension of support proved itself useful to some of the new participants as they navigated their way through the first part of the program. And in return, the ambassadors have been able to connect to the community in a more meaningful way, along with the pride of being an example of what trusting the process looks like. It was also a reminder that the opposite of addiction is connection. Connection. Would you all please join me in congratulating and giving thanks to Mr. Kevin Hagebrook and Mr. Frank Duke Emerson for their service at Hope Hall. It has been a pleasure working with the both of you and witnessing your personal growth and development. I do hope that you both continue this work. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Sylvia. Next, I would like to welcome up our wonderful ADA, Ms. Rewell Collier, for some words of affirmation.
On behalf of Fulton County's District Attorney's Office, congratulations. We are so proud of you and your many accomplishments. This accountability court journey has been a long journey. You've endured lots of bumps and potholes, hills and valleys, and twists and turns along the way. There have been many times in which you ran out of fuel, but you refueled and you recharged. You may have even crashed, but you didn't burn. You got up, you dusted yourself off, and you kept on going. How many times did you want to quit and give up? But you didn't. Look at you now. You have made it to your destination. Graduation. When you are faced with tough choices in life, use your tools. Continue to trust the process. Think to yourself, I'm an accountability court graduate. When faced with life challenges, hold your head high and say to yourself, I am an accountability court graduate. Make those tough choices, the right choices. Continue to stay away from negative people, places, and things. You have continued to show strength, courage, and perseverance over and over and over again. And as a graduate, you are now stronger and wiser. I am truly proud to call you my accountability court family. Again, congratulations. You did it.
Thank you so much, Miss Collier. For now, we have come to the end of the live streaming part of our program. However, for those of you in the courtroom, for the graduates and for their family, you all do get to enjoy some fellowship. We've got some wonderful food there and some non-alcoholic refreshments for you all to enjoy. I'm a little jealous, but that's okay. So please do enjoy that. However, as far as our streaming graduation goes, I want to again thank everybody for joining us. We want to take one last time to celebrate and recognize our graduates. We have a wonderful class of 14 this time around. As Judge McBurney says, we're so happy to see so many people being successful in the program. I definitely want to acknowledge your hard work and your perseverance. This has been a couple of years that have tested us all. As our technology issues at the beginning of the Zoom showed, we're still coming to grips with the new normal. But this definitely speaks to your resolve and determination, and it's certainly no small feat. Now it's time to transition to the next stage of your recovery, and we wish you luck. So everybody, if you can join me one last time in celebrating our graduates, all 14. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. So for those of you joining us online, we will bid you adieu and have a wonderful weekend, and we